jeans with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood dinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Dobbins hit, and he fumbles. And the Jags grab it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
That catch good for only a couple.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going to throw right side here, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Gotta love a guy who'll stand in there and deliver. No matter what the pressure, waits for the route to come open, hangs in there, and completes the pass.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Laviska Shenault, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 75 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
22-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Connection made with Shenault. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
It's a pickup of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against him.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Gain of 4.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to us.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather, of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
From the 38, Jackson, flush to his right, and that is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses. And
he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Tucker on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now. And the Jaguars send out their punter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Ravens 10, Jaguars 7.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
41-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
This is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. It's good to make it 17-7.
Good. Makes the score Ravens 17, Jaguars 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Dobbins running out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
A gain of 2.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
He can run for it, and he will. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This time, Jackson will throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Tried to get it that time to James Prochet, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely and start throwing the football. But I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure, because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Number 9.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Jacksonville.
Laviska Shenault with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Makes the score Jaguars 21, Ravens 20.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around? And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Baltimore Ravens.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson rolling to his left. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Awuzie on the tackle.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jalen Ferguson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a bit into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The second down pass intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
The ball carrier.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Jackson from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
41-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, 31 yards, as the Ravens push further out in front.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Ravens 30, Jaguars 28.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action. 2nd and 10. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Down and 9.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 51 yards.
22-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson being chased out left. He'll try and run it, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
from the gun. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, 5. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, making Mancy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him. Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
And Lambeau will put this one through. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now a throw here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. A quick throw, but incomplete.
The pass.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Jaguars 38, Ravens 30. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few.
It's caught at the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 50 yards. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain, and it's second down.
No gain.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. But now it'll be third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
6-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And this is going to be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push. And what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Dobbins. And shutting him off, now open field.
What you doing out there, boy?
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be.
That's caught inside the 20. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now a handoff working right. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
At the 10-yard line.
Seven yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
The second down pass intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date.
This is Dev Music.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19, Icy, water dripping on a white tee. And shawty got a man, but she saying wife me. I got chats coming in like